Yo, how's it going, guys, and welcome back to another video on the channel. Today's going to be a quick upload on the morning of the first FUT Champions of the year. FIFA 21 FUT Champions kicks off on the Friday, and I want to bring a few tips to you guys on how you can actually improve your results in FUT Champions, and also for you guys in the comments to actually share what you think benefits you in actually getting better results in FUT Champions. So if you enjoy it, smash like down below, subscribe for a lot more FIFA 21 content. Hopefully it helps you guys, because I know a number of these tips which I've actually learned which I've used for a number of years now. I mean, I've played FUT Champions since the first weekend league when you had to play 40 games, and I think you only had Saturday and Sunday to play them, and these tips would have massively helped me back then and massively helped me now in achieving my best rank, which was last year. I think we got 26 wins, which was really good for me because I was a gold 1 player every week. Sometimes we'd hit elite, and hitting 26 I was really happy with, and it wouldn't have been possible without a few of these tips. Now, these tips, I'm not trying to say that I came up with all of these tips. Obviously, these tips are things that a lot of people have said, and I've learned from amazing pros especially, but I just want to share them with you guys, so hopefully you do enjoy it. And number one of the best things that I can say, as we're just looking through the SBCs, I didn't really know what to look at actually during this video, as we have marquee matchups. I mean, we completed them last week and got Cantona, but that's another story. The first tip I would say, guys, is to not play at peak times. This has been a massive benefit for me in FIFA 20. Playing my games during the day, playing the games in the morning, gives you a huge benefit because you get smooth servers. If you log on at 6 PM tomorrow night thinking that you can play your games in top gameplay, top server condition, it's not going to happen. And I would recommend that if you can possible, play in the morning, play in the afternoon. Just try avoid times like 6 PM. Saturday morning is always really bad, especially during the day as well. Maybe times during the later to the night where less people are on the game. I think it really does benefit you, because you think, if there's one thing that you want control of, it's your team. You don't have control of the server, so you have to try and manage that. And I think that if you live close to a server, good, that's good, because you can actually hopefully get a better ping. But like me, if you live further away, you can't get closer, you can't get a low ping to the server. Try and play. I like to play in the morning, and I think that definitely has improved. I've gone on some amazing runs. I think I've won my first 14 games before, which was absolutely phenomenal. And you get a lot of rage quits on the first few games. You do get a lot of rage quits. And just another thing about the time that you do play your games, I would say Sunday evening is a really good time to play if you have a lot of games left over, because you can get through them quickly. People like to rage quit because they just think, right, I've got so many games to play, I need to get them done before a certain deadline. And I think that it just gives you an extra benefit. And speaking of the timings of the games, what I would say is, I won 14 in a row. The reason I won 14 in a row, because I had so many rage quits. That time was absolutely crazy. And I was thinking, I'll just play till I lose, because if I go 14-1, I am more than happy with that start. But the best thing to do is maybe play 3 or 4 games at a time. Take a break in between. Try not to sit down and smash out some games, because some games can go to extra time. They can be super draining. Mentally, FIFA is a really tough game and can affect you. Can be really tiring on the brain. So if you think that you play maybe 3 games, 2 of them go to extra time, take a break. Honestly, take a break. It will do you wonders. Even if you lose the last 2 games and you keep thinking, I want to win a game before I get off this console, just get off the console, come back in a few hours, come back the next day, come back refreshed, and I guarantee you guys, you'll have a much better and improved result in the weekend league. Try not to get drawn in, try not to get sucked in and think, I have to win a game before I get off. I do that, and I've stopped doing it, and it really has improved my results. One other thing I would say is trust your playstyle, guys. Trust your playstyle. If you have a strong playstyle and you want to stick to it, stick to it. Whether that's keep the ball, whether that's quick counterattacks, whether it's 5 at the back, drop back, whatever you play. Once you're in FUT Champions, try not change it too much. Try not change it too much, because if you think, oh, you know what, he's doing so many skill moves, he's destroying me. If you try and do skill moves and you're not really a skiller, this will impact your performance. And just because some guy is really good at skill moves doesn't mean that everyone will be good at skill moves. The next guy might be a possession player, might be counter-attacking style player. I would say that I'm between skill and counter-attack. I've never really changed that game style. I don't want to go and hold the ball, because that's not me. And if I did that, I wouldn't get the results that I really desire in FUT Champions. Speaking of the results you desire, I think it's important to have set goals and expectations. For me this weekend, the goal is Gold 1. Obviously, I'd love to get Elite, but for me, it's not important to destroy my whole weekend if I don't get elite. I mean, last year, if I didn't get elite, I'd be gutted. Ending on 22 wins. 22 wins was so disappointing, but at the end of the day, if you hit 23 wins or you hit 20 wins, you will probably get the same amount of coins in your club on the Thursday when it comes around. It's just the way it works out. I finished Elite 2 in the Ultimate Team of the Season last year, made hardly anything. I got the 3 worst Team of the Season players, got nothing from the 100k pack. Obviously, Elite, you can give yourself a better chance, but at the end of the day, it is all RNG, guys. Another thing, the squad that you are using. Oh my days. Back in the day, FIFA 17, I would go Friday night, I would have one team. Saturday morning, I'd have a different team. Sunday, I'd have a different team. This is costing me more coins in tax loss and actually player loss in value than I was actually gaining in the weekend league. Every week I was wondering, why is my team not improving? Why is it not improving? Well, because you've just spent all of your coins that you were going to gain losing them by selling the team. If you have your team on a Friday and you aren't liking it, I would try and say if you're getting destroyed, obviously you're going to change your team, but having a consistent team in Division Rivals building up to FUT Champions will massively, massively help you, because you'll have a real understanding of how these players operate in-game, you'll have a trust on how they work, and it just really does set you apart and give you a real big advantage in the weekend league again. And yeah, just try and stick to it. It's so simple, but try and stick to the team that you have built. And yeah, guys, I think that is pretty much it. Obviously, one thing else is custom tactics. Make sure you have your custom tactics set up before you go into the game. Your player instructions, if you want a good player instructions and custom tactics video, there is one on my channel. I will leave a link to it in the description. But those are just a number of actual tips on how to actually improving for champions. A few more have come to my mind as I'm finishing off. I would say if you go behind in a game, this is really, really important. I think it was like A9 Skills who mentioned this years and years ago. If you go 1-0 behind in a game, don't let that mentally affect you. Don't let it really push your team out and get counted and maybe you go 2-0 behind all of a sudden. Have a think. In a game, if you go 1-0 behind, I had to score anyway if I wanted to win the game. Yes, it might negatively affect you, but if you wanted to win the game, you had to score 1, you maybe had to score 2. Don't let that impact you. The mentality in a game is so important, and yeah, finishing strongly mentally in a game is so important, whether that's changing your custom tactics to suit your opponent, to match your opponent's style, whether it's that deep into it. I think that's probably for the guys who are really aiming for elite level, would be the custom tactics to such a high degree. But you can definitely have game plans in place, which I mentioned in the video in the description. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the first FUT Champions. I hope you achieve what you set out to achieve. That is me done for now though. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I'll catch you all in the next one.